As the colleges and universities around the country get back to business, many of us will have a look at evening and weekend classes, whether it's a hobby, whether it's something like that you'd like to develop, a language maybe you feel you'd make for a better holiday, or a new skill.
Dancing.
For your CV, really, there is something for everyone. Woodwork. I want to be a cabinet maker, but what exactly are you letting yourself in for? What's expected of you beyond your time, and it'll probably cost you as well. Here to tell us a wee bit more is Catherine Ross from Skills Development Scotland, and Sheena Walker, who recently completed an IT course at Glasgow Metropolitan College. Morning, ladies.
Morning.
Just pull yourselves into the microphones there. Which one of you is Catherine?
I'm Catherine.
Catherine, thanks very much for joining us. Skills Development Scotland, I would imagine that this is a busy time of the year then, setting
Absolutely.
things up, or they'll already be set up, but getting people into places.
Yeah, huge demand at this time of year. Various different colleges, universities and so on, offering a wide range of courses, so we're getting a huge volume of calls at the moment.
What kind of courses then, broadly?
A huge range of courses. We get a lot of common courses in computing, things like more practical elements, something called a CSCS course, which stands for Construction Site Certificate Scheme.
Right.
Often needed to go into building sites and so on and so forth. A lot of other people might want to go and study a language. For example, they've been on holiday recently,
Yes.
come back and thought, great, it would be great to pick up a language, have a bit of knowledge there. Maybe next year they can go on holiday and they can talk a bit of the local language as well.
Yes, absolutely. I can understand that. I mean, we were talking, Julie and I said, you know, and I once took the trouble of phoning. I can't remember what there was a skills initiative, and I thought, right, this is it. I've often said that I would like to do some woodwork, and I phoned around, but unfortunately there wasn't anywhere in my area, or you know, that nothing that really looked like I was going to be able to go and do it. But something like that is what I would maybe do. But you mentioned computing there, and we've got Sheena with us, who did an IT course. Good morning, Sheena.
Good morning.
Thanks very much for joining us. Had you done any IT work before this?
In my work I used the computer as a student previously, so I did have some IT skills, but I'd done it to upgrade them and to be recognised through the certified qualification.
Right, and what is the qualification called?
It's Microsoft Certified Application Specialist, so it covers Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access and Outlook. So I had used them all, but to some degree, so it was good to actually do a course on them.
See, that's interesting, because I reckon we all do. Just about everybody uses something like that, or fairly similar, but only to a small percentage.
Yep. So it's a 10-week course, and you do a book over the course, so there's like 14 chapters in the book covering many different elements, and then it's an online exam at the end of that as well.
Right.
So you get a certificate for each book that you do, so it means that you can prove to an employer or a potential employer that you've actually got the skills required.
Was it an evening or a weekend course?
It was an evening course. It's one evening a week, and it's 10-week blocks, and it's from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
And did you have to fund this yourself?
It was actually through staff development at the college.
Right.
But you can. I think it's £170 per book.
And what was it like when it came to the exam?
It's a bit nerve-wracking.
Was it like going back
studying
to
again.
school and college?
But it felt good when I had actually done the exam and passed it, so it made me want to do the next book and continue with the process.
And are you doing that?
I finished them all. I finished them in April, so I passed the 5 books. So I'm a master in MCAS now.
Wow. And will you keep doing something like that, an evening course?
Yeah, I done actually a Drawing for Beginners evening class in January as well. So I never done art at school, but I thought it was something totally different, take me outside my comfort zone. So I enjoyed that. So I think next maybe a language, like you were saying, or maybe a photography course.
That's great. It's becoming a way of life for you. Just picking
up
all these extra skills.
It's good just to learn something new, because it's in set periods as well. It's not a big commitment.
And the art or the Drawing for Beginners, is that something that is also going on at a college near you, or are you going to different colleges or different night locations to do this?
It was in the city centre at the City of Glasgow College.
Right.
And that was in January, so they offer that as well. And they do a cabinet making course as well.
Do
so
they?
That might be something that you can look into.
There you go.
Yeah. And furniture restoration.
Do you make new friends though? Because I don't know, Fred's not keen on any new friends.
I've got enough friends.
I'm sure you will. You don't need to.
I've got enough friends. I've got enough interests. Cabinet making, I might take some time out to do that. If I can just do it, cabinet making and dancing together. If we can do the two, maybe that's the way forward. How much of, or how many rather, Catherine, of the courses would somebody be expected to fund themselves?
It really depends on which kind of courses you're looking to do. But one of the things Skills Development Scotland can talk to you about is funding for courses. So ILA Scotland stands for Individual Learning Account. And that's actually something which the Scottish Government put in place to help fund learners. So you may want to do a course. You might start off with a basic computing course, starting about £50, do another one for a language course for £50, and you can get up to £200 from an ILA Scotland account, or up to £500 for a part-time higher education course and some professional qualifications. So if you're getting this money from the government, you don't have to pay it back. You don't have to pay anything to begin with. So as long as the course is under £200, you can get the government to fund that course. You may also want to do a number of different courses. Like I said before, if some of them are a smaller price, you can combine some courses.
And is access to that fairly easy? Is it something you apply for online?
Absolutely. You can apply online, or you can phone our helpline and we can discuss this with you, send you an application form, and once the documents are through, you can just go and book onto a course.
Anyone can do that?
Absolutely, as long as you're over the age of 16, you're resident in Scotland and your earnings are less than £22,000 a year. Right. But it's a really good scheme, particularly as the earning threshold is £22,000. It's open to a wide range of people.
Indeed. I see hands going up next door.
Absolutely.
What folks, get your pens and paper handy. Okay, we're going to give you the website and the phone number as well, just a second or two, so that you know how to get in touch and go and find out. It's a great thing. I mean, I've always advocated lifelong learning. I mean, I'm older than all of you put together probably, but there are no age restrictions.
Absolutely not. We have people in their 80s or 90s phoning up looking for new courses or looking for something to do, maybe want to meet new friends, or they just want to learn something else, something they've maybe been thinking about for the past 10 years, and I think, well, if I'm getting the funding for it, we may as well go and do that.
What are the kinds of things that they're going for then? What kind of courses are there?
Well, we have a lot of kind of elder people phoning up for something called Computing for the Terrified. So I think my grand's even done a course like this before. She's like, I don't know how to use this thing. Where's the on button? So a lot of people going in don't have the confidence maybe to do a course like that. They'll go in, or they might take up a photography course. Obviously digital cameras now different in their day, so they're coming in getting to use the new technology. So various different courses. It really depends on what your interests lie in, and we can give you examples, of course, but if you have an interest, then we can look around your interest to begin with.
The IT for the Terrified.
Yes.
We'll have a laugh later on, Julia. We'll get that number and we'll pass it down to our IT support desk people here.
Get them on the course.
It doesn't have to be this way, guys. Sort it out. The website and the phone number, please.
The website is...
Then I've got the $64,000 question.
Of course. The website is www.skillsdevelopmentscotland.co.uk.
Yeah.
That's skillsdevelopmentscotland.co.uk. And our telephone number is 0808 100 9000. That's 0808 100 9000.
Thank you very much. And the $64,000 question is, Catherine, what are you doing at night class? Have you done anything?
I have actually.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. I've done actually a car maintenance course
That's
at Motherwell
a good
College.
one. I'd like to do that as well. Yeah, because
not for any kind of career development, but more for my own interest. So going into garages and thinking, what is that person talking about? So having a wee bit more knowledge about my car and be able to hopefully save myself a few pennies when it comes to servicing of my car. So that's something that I have done in the past.
One of the team actually went and did a curtain making course because she needed to get curtains made and they're so expensive. So she went and did the course and made her own curtains, and it's
absolutely
saves money, and also she's learned a new skill. So
completely cost a fortune.
Yeah, they do.
And what's the current one that you're going to be doing this year, Sheena?
I've not got anything lined up yet, but maybe learn Polish or Japanese, maybe, or a photography course. I'm still looking to decide what I want to do.
The thing that puts me off a wee bit is I'm really not very good in classroom type situations and like with homework and stuff. 'Cause I'm sort of fundamentally quite lazy. Did it make you feel like you're back at school, or did you feel like because you're an adult now you're kind of able to enjoy it?
The drawing course was more laid back. You're working in the class week to week and you can practice in your own time. But obviously for the IT one, there was exams there, so I did feel a bit of pressure to pass them. But it's a more relaxed environment than being at school because you're choosing to do the class you want to learn, so it's up to you to do it, really.
I could just see me doing an IT course and going for the exam, and at the end of it saying, well, you've passed the exam and here's your report. Fred is easily distracted.
Talks too
He's
much.
a bad influence on other people, goofing around.
Yeah, could do better.
Do you think that'd be the same? I wonder if you do revert to type in a classroom situation.
I'm pretty sure I would, be clowning
passing
around.
notes to people.
Talking too much. Do you get a report at the end?
You don't get a report, no.
Thank
You can get some
just
feedback, but not an actual report.
Right.
Come back to Aileen with my report card. I have to show you that you have to initial this. and all over Scotland this is happening.
Absolutely, yeah. Courses from up north to the borders as well. So just give us a wee call and we can have a wee look and see what's in your local area.
Well, I think it's great, and we do mention time and time again the current economic climate.
Absolutely.
And I think it's good that things like Skills Development Scotland are still here and encouraging people, because it is the way forward to learn more and I suppose get off your butt. But then you've got people like Sheena who is in gainful employment and is still wanting to learn. I think the thing is that we've got a sort of strata of society that just don't want to get off their backsides and learn anything, So maybe are you kind of preaching to the converted to some extent, or do you take note of how many people come from having no skills and no learning?
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of people that come from backgrounds where they maybe have left school early, they're a bit daunted by the prospect of going back into education, like college, or whether it's a college or a private training provider. But maybe they start with one basic course. It might not even be related to what they want to do eventually, but it gives them the confidence and they can build it up. So they might do one little course that maybe lasts 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and then think, actually, I really, really enjoyed that. I can maybe go on, pursue other things and go on in terms of building up a career plan for themselves. So we can obviously help with careers advice as well, so for the longer term goals that you may have. And it's a step-by-step process. I think it's important for you to take one wee step, which might lead on to other things later on in life.
Just pick
Excellent.
up the phone, call you.
Absolutely.
0808 100 9000. 0808 100 9000. Come on, folks, let's do something. I'll get cabinet making. Sheena and Catherine, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Cheers.
No problem.
We're going to speak to Sam Torrance in just